Hey guys, this is the end of the video, and I forgot to make an intro, so yeah. Alright, to start things off, I'm gonna show you guys how to spec into your stat points. If you've seen any of my other videos post revamp, then you should know that you should always, if you're going to DPS, focus super powered. Go down and get your critical attack chance, critical attack damage, and then try to fill out your might tree to the best of your ability. And if you have extra skill points, which is not the case for me, then you can go down and get health or whatever you want that makes sense to you. I would probably recommend health. For Celestial, you're going to get Neo Venom Boost as a supercharge and Robot Sidekick and the Iconics tree. Going to get your flight mode, obviously, get your weapon, obviously, and here is my multi-target loadout. To start things off, I have Retribution, Wrath of the Presence, Plague, Consume Soul, Robot Sidekick, and Neo Venom Boost. Now for multi-target, I used Retribution because the tick spreads out to multiple ads and it's pretty quick to cast, so you don't have to worry about performing a really long combo to get your damage started. And then and it also applies the Purification PI, where it purifies enemies, making them vulnerable to purification effects. It says right there, and you can obviously see the combo right there. Next, you go into Wrath of Presence and you do this combo, you do the full combo, and you're basically doing more damage because of the purification that came from Retribution. And the same things goes for these two powers, Plague and Consume Soul. Plague has to be your hardest hitting power out of the few, but sometimes Wrath of the Presence and Consume Soul can hit as hard as Plague. Robot Sidekick is there just to basically fill in the void because I didn't want to extend the combo too much. The rotation too much, so I just put them in there, and just know when you have Robot Psychic in your loadout, your power regeneration is a little bit slower. Neo Venom Boost is in this loadout because basically every single supercharge for Celestial is trash. I wish it wasn't like this, but all of these supercharges do nothing compared to, I guess, a damage boost from Neo Venom Boost, so yeah, use that. Alright, so what I was talking about earlier, about the Retribution spreading to all the targets, there's ticks happening to all the targets. It may just be 3 ticks, but it's worth it. Now I see some people use Divine Light or this ability. I'm going to show you. Instead of Retribution, I'm going to show you why you shouldn't do that. The initial hit is harder, of course, yes, but you see that last tick, it only applies to one target, so you're not getting the full benefits of hitting all the ads with your abilities or with your ability. And plus, the casting animation, the animation that you have to do to get the whole combo takes probably like 2 seconds longer than it would cast Retribution. So either way, you're losing DPS, and this is why you should not use this on ads. Another thing that happens when you're DPSing with Celestial is if you're in the middle of a combo and an ad dies, like say you're doing this combo and an ad dies, the combo will just like drop, and then you'll end up like in a standing reset position, so you're probably just going to be using your weapon sometime. It happens to me sometimes, and I didn't pick it up until I noticed it like the last few runs I did with it. I was like, this is happening way too often. Then I realized that the ads were dying so that you couldn't finish the combo. You'd just be like, okay, where's my combo? Did I drop it? Another thing is you could have your robot sidekick out, but when you're switching your armories, if you have armories, or if you're probably just not gonna need an armory for this, but if you have armories and you're switching, just know that it destroys itself. So yeah. Alright, so this is how the rotation looks on a set of ads or like a group of enemies. I ran out of power there, but I believe you get the gist. There were certain things I forgot to mention before I performed the rotation, so I'm just going to tell you guys that now. Consume Soul does more damage the closer you are to the enemies. So say if I'm all the way back here, it's going to do less damage. Same for Wrath of Presence. You'll hit them, but you just won't hit them. So these things have ranges. Try to be probably medium range with it if you're not comfortable with being close range. I kind of gotten comfortable to being close range because of rage and gadgets and stuff like that. So a lot of the times if you see me DPSing, I'm going to be closer to the enemies. So get a little closer if you can. Try not to be too far when casting these abilities because they will not hit your target. Plague on the other hand, doesn't matter how far you are, as long as you have your like thing locked on to like a target and it's red, it's going to hit them. So same with Retribution. Whoops, I messed that up. And obviously you can pop Neo Venom boost after popping like your supply drop, trinket, all this other stuff, and then go straight into the damage. And obviously you don't have to jump if you don't want to. The only reason I jump is because it locks you in the enemy. It locks you in place once you do combos. So like you don't have to jump, but once you're doing that little like bit of combo or any like combo, you're locked in place. So I like to jump so I can move. That's pretty much all I'm doing. The jumping doesn't have to be there if you don't want it to be there. Alright, so that about wraps it up for this multi-target loadout and rotation. Let's move into single target. Alright, so on the single target loadout, you can see that I've actually moved in Divine Light from before, the one I told you not to put in your multi-target loadout, because it hits pretty good on a single target. Like honestly, the ticks that come from it when you do the full combo hit pretty good on a single target or a boss fight. So I really wouldn't worry about using this on like a group of ads or even a single ad, because you're not going to have time to do this and then do the rest of your loadout on a probably on a group of ads. So use this on a boss fight, do the full combo, you get huge ticks, probably 3 to 4k ticks, and then go on to do the same thing with your loadout. Alright, so here's a single target rotation. Alright guys, we're back here again to show you guys how I've modded or how my mods have changed. They really haven't changed much. The only thing that I've changed from the last video that I had with the mods is my back piece. I took out the Berserk because honestly your health is rarely under 35%, so I figured that damage bonus really doesn't kick in until you're about to die, and that's like almost never when you're in a good group with a good healer. So I went ahead and switched that for an accelerated Divine Light, and that Divine Light is the first move that I use on my single target rotation and loadout. So it reduces the cooldown by 10%, and that's good to have. Everything else is pretty much the same. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm rocking this much might. Alright, so what do you guys think of the loadout? Try it out and tell me how it goes. Tell me if you have any tips that I should be using to improve this loadout. I'm always willing to listen and try new things out. So leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below how you feel. And I guess that's it for me, guys. See ya.